The style and fashion rules of Queen Elizabeth II. A hat to match the costume, gloves, a brooch, a bag. These attributes made up the style of Elizabeth II for many years. However, despite the fact that the Queen has always adhered to the classic and slightly conservative direction in clothing, each image of Elizabeth II was distinguished by a special mood and charm. First of all, it should be said that the Queen's indispensable accessory in the form of a hat served primarily as a replacement for the crown for the monarch in everyday looks. In 1953, one of the most important events happened in Elizabeth's life. She became a queen. Norman Hartnell created an elegant tulle dress especially for the coronation. It marked the beginning of a new stage of the Queen's style. In the early years of Elizabeth II's reign, long skirts and dresses with an emphasis on the waist appeared in the wardrobe. But since the royal dress code forbade the wearing of tight and too large clothes, the heirs of the British throne had to be content with the most modest models. Accent coats with uniform collars and pockets added elegance to her image, and unusual hats became a distinctive feature of her style. In 1960, Elizabeth II's third child, Prince Andrew, was born. The birth of children affected not only the life, but also the wardrobe of the Queen. Dresses with an accented waist gave way to straight-cut clothes, complemented by flat sleeves. A few more years later, the Queen began to appear in public more and more often in plain tweed suits. The image was complemented by unusual hats and low-heeled pumps. Designers Hardy Amers and Freddie Fox worked on creating the image of Elizabeth II in those years. The latter significantly replenished the collection of royal hats, and also secured for them the title of the most recognizable element of the monarch's wardrobe. At the beginning of the 2000s, the style of Elizabeth II underwent several more changes. In the wardrobe of the British Queen appeared bright suits and no less bright hats to match them. Despite the fact that Elizabeth II was already at an advanced age in those years, she was rarely seen in clothes of classic colors. In the early 2000s, Stuart Parwin and Angela Kelly worked on her style. They were the ones who sewed the world-famous bright classic costumes for the Queen. There are several main versions explaining why Elizabeth II preferred to wear bright clothes and not appear in public without a head decorated with flowers. Some believe that in this way Her Majesty wanted to stand out from the crowd, so that each of her subjects could say, "I saw the Queen." Others are sure that the Queen's hat is another reminder that she was bound by a contract with military service, since it is an accessory that is part of the uniform of military personnel. Be that as it may, there are more than 5,000 hats in the collection of Elizabeth II. Each of them corresponds to a whole list of requirements. For example, the brim of the hat should not have covered the Queen's face from her subjects, touched the collar of her coat, or prevented her from getting out of the car. Equally important are the colors of royal outfits. For example, at serious meetings, Her Majesty appeared in clothes of darker and muted colors, so as not to look out of place. And for a meeting with the elderly people, Elizabeth II always chose the brightest costumes, so that people with poor eyesight could see her. Elizabeth II was distinguished by extraordinary neatness and thrift. She aspired to eco-friendly consumption even before it became a global trend. The seamstresses assigned each royal image its own name. The names were recorded in special diaries, indicated the year and the event for which a particular costume was worn. This made it possible to build an understandable system of repeating images. There were events at which it was impossible to appear in an outfit already familiar to the public.